According to the Thieves Guild I belong to, the deepest the Adventurers Guild has officially reached in this dungeon of Ontomerg is the 7th floor. In other words, even the highest grade adventurers who made it back alive didn't clear the 7th floor. Just now, I took down the 8th floor's floor guardian all by myself. And I'm preparing to challenge the 9th floor.
No getting tired!
Alright!
You've got 10 seconds to climb up here! If someone attacks you from behind, you're as good as dead!
Thanks to what my father taught me. I've continued training diligently in the 3 years my father has been gone. And yet, I still don't feel like I've caught up to him. Just how far down did my father go? Dungeons follow their own unique set of rules. For underground dungeons, the monsters known as floor guardians protect the stairs leading to that level. They are roughly equal in strength to the monsters wandering the following floor. However, that only applies when they're on their own. There they are. After passing the 5th floor, the monsters began forming parties and working together. They possess intelligence. Goblins. Buff goblins. I've never seen goblins with muscles like that before. Okay, so we've got some buff goblins, and behind them, that one's skinny, so I'll call it a lanky goblin. I'll start with the lanky one in the rear. You can form parties, sure, but you can also tear them apart. Take them out from the rear. At least that's where theory suggests I start. Nice. The paralysis is working. Once you get this deep, pretty much all of them start dropping gems. Nice. In this dungeon, monsters can turn into gems when they die. That trend grows stronger the deeper you go. So a lot more adventurers aim for those, rather than wasting their time and energy trying to find packed treasure chests. If the goblins were placed there as a party, then there's a good chance that... There's a strong one. On the other side of that door. I can't sense anything else in the area. My healing items aren't running low, and I've got stamina to spare. Would it be best to tackle it now, rather than putting it off for later and risking additional hindrances then? Oh. Paralysis won't work on this one. I see that it's not just big and powerful, it's surprisingly fast too. It's strong, so why try to weaken me with the goblins first? It's tough. It probably has plenty of stamina too, so this may take a while. I'm glad it's on its own. I'll start with the legs. Or at least I'd like to. Holy cow! I hit that hard enough to open up a hole in steel armor, and yet... So since the legs won't work, I'll start with its dominant arm. Okay, so it's even faster barehanded. And it only needs brute force to take me down, huh? Oh. The dungeon wall collapsed? I didn't even know that could happen.
Seriously? I've never heard of a wall collapsing before. What have I done?
The monster's speaking?
Well, hold on, there's no need for that. Let's just call a timeout, okay?
Timeout?
Seriously, do you think that dungeon walls just crumble every day? Because they don't. This right here is a serious issue, okay? The administrator's gonna be here soon.
It's true that his bloodlust is gone. Is he seriously asking me to stop?
Take a look at that room there.
Still, he sure is an eloquent talker.
What does it look like?
Oh... a hotel room? That's... in a dungeon?
You're close! It's a private room!
A private room? But who's... Oh. What is that? I sense an abnormally massive power source. Something's coming. No!
Oh! It really did collapse, didn't it?
Dungeon people.
Dungeon people. Oh! It really did collapse, didn't it?
Oh,
My apologies. Please just hold on one moment.
yeah, okay.
Sorry for the trouble. I'll handle the rest of it from here, so you can return to your post now, okay? Oh! You were talking. With her? Am I right about that?
Whoa! Moo. Moo moo.
He's acting like a cow?
I mean, it didn't seem like the two of you were fighting at all. And an explorer would never let their guard down with a monster right in front of them just because a wall collapsed.
I'm so ashamed. I'm sorry. This girl's such a quick one that I figured it'd be big trouble if she ran off into that room.
No worries. The wall falling down was my fault. You're normally so much more careful than this, right?
Of course.
That was a long pause. Sorry for the wait.
She just looks like an ordinary girl. That intensity I felt, it came from her?
I'd like to explain everything in detail, so could you please accompany me?
Okay.
Right this way, please.
Don't let your guard down. Think this through. Is there a chance this girl is another of this dungeon's monsters? And she's trying to lure me into a trap? I can't get caught relaxing. Oh!
There aren't any monsters deployed in the residential quarters, so you don't need to be on edge. Relax. This area is a safe zone.
A safe zone? You mean this isn't part of the dungeon?
Let me explain. Dungeon functions are never allocated to the residential quarters. So this area is different.
Residential quarters? So she lives in this dungeon? But why?
After you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bela Hala Longdos. I am the manager of Dungeon Ontomulgra. You're Miss Clay, am I correct?
Oh. How do you know my name?
I'm the administrator. I am able to sense any and all skilled explorers.
You can? But how's that even possible?
Before getting into that, the details about the residential quarters and management and all that, let's get to the main topic.
Main topic?
Miss Clay, will you work here with me?
You want me to work?
Yes, here in this dungeon. You see, I've been wanting to have more help here for a while now, and living in a dungeon means that there are a lot of encounters with monsters. But I just haven't been able to find anyone the monsters didn't look down upon, you know?
That does sound like a tough one. If those were your conditions, then why didn't you turn to the Explorers Guild?
This job wouldn't be possible for anybody who gets stuck at floor 7.
Harsh. So that's what brought you to me then?
Yes, you made it to the 8th floor all on your own. You're plenty skilled enough to qualify. So what do you say?
If this place behind the wall is next door to a floor that deep, then it is undoubtedly a part of this dungeon. Bela Hela Longdos, was it? This girl is the dungeon's administrator. If you're the administrator, does that mean that you're the big boss of this dungeon?
Yes, that's right. We are on floor 9, but there are actually 10 floors. One has to reach the 10th floor and battle me for victory. For you, that means we would need to fight next.
Great. Then let's do it. Let's get this battle started.
Oh, a practical test won't be necessary.
I'm asking that we do this. If I win, you have to let me leave. If I lose, I'll work here. Acceptable?
Oh, I don't especially mind. But I'm not sure I'll be able to hold back is all.
That's fine.
Oh,
Holding back? My father disappeared into the dungeon. I'm weaker than him, and I made it to the 9th floor. I believe he made it to the 10th basement floor. If this girl was waiting for him there, then that would mean my father lost to her. It's possible that she would tell me if I asked, but knowing that she did or didn't defeat him wouldn't bring me any satisfaction.
Acceptable. Now then, hand please.
Okay.
Welcome, Clay, to the 10th floor and basement, the final room.
There aren't any walls on this floor.
Yes, the final boss room is a closed space, so you normally can't enter it without going through some very specific steps. Pretty neat, huh? Normally, I ask 2 demons to accompany me. But if you don't mind, can we skip that for today?
You're taking on a handicap?
Not at all. This way I can fight unencumbered.
Sounds good. It's no surprise that my father would die in a dungeon. He kept on challenging them, so it's only natural that one would eventually do him in. My father accepted that. And so, I just want to know... Are you ready?
Yes, whenever.
Just how far did my father make it? Can I catch up to him? This girl...
She threw it!
worthy of having taken him down? She can parry all that with her staff? I should distance myself. No, wait, I should keep close. If I back off, I'd fall in range of magic, and that'd be even worse. I've got to keep going and take her down.
You're better than I expected. I'm completely shocked. I really am. Rain down, rolling clouds.
A spell. This is bad.
Twinkling light, crucified with 1,000 thunderbolts. Come forth.
No way. Even my father couldn't handle this.
Well, good morning, Clay.
Oh, hey. It's morning? Where am I?
We are in my room. Oh, I fixed the wall, and I shifted the floor coordinates so it was no longer right up against the dungeon. We are now in the basement. This is the 11th floor.
Oh, sure, that makes sense. 11th floor?
You're gonna work here! We are gonna have so much fun together, I know it!
I suppose. I did promise that, didn't I? Managing a dungeon. Huh. I never expected to end up doing any job other than exploring dungeons. Oh. So does managing a dungeon mean serving as its boss?
Of course not, silly! Managing a dungeon? It's like handling day-to-day operations.
Day-to-day operations?
Right!
Operations. Dungeons operations. What does that mean? Isn't a dungeon just a normal dungeon?
Huh? Well... Actually, there are all sorts of different dungeons out there, but I happen to be the manager of our awesome dungeon!
Our dungeon?
I'll provide your specific job duties later, but it involves stuff like restocking low-level slimes and the undead, repairing traps, and interviewing monsters to hire. It's a very busy job.
Hiring monsters?
Of course, we have to hire monsters from the demon world. See, unlike being in a living dungeon, we're not able to get any monsters to grow here.
Monsters grow? I don't get it. Well, I can see that there's a lot of work to do around here. However, I am still a registered member of the Thieves Guild. I can't just start working here without giving them the proper notice first. I'll have to head back and...
Oh, if you're worried about the Thieves Guild, I can handle that from here. The previous administrator was the one who started up the Thieves Guild, so you see, I have some connections.
I see. If you manage a dungeon, then the Thieves Guild is no big deal. I understand. I now see that this is a matter beyond my powers of understanding. In other words, I have no choice but to start working here immediately, do I?
It would be a huge help if you could do so. That way I won't have to suppress your memories to conceal information.
But isn't that supposed to be taboo?
Okay, now that that's decided, next we'll have to prepare a room for you, Miss Clay.
A room? The hall would be fine, though. Visibility is good, and it would make it easy to respond if anything happened.
Oh no! That would bother me if you were in any discomfort! Allow me to go ahead and hand you your contract.
Right. 5 gold coins a day?
It's okay. I've got plenty of money.
Are you a noble? 10 years after I first started heading into dungeons, that all came to a close. Look at me now. I ended up working in one. The job I gained beyond the wall pays an enormous sum, but shatters my shallow confidence and lacking knowledge. Rocks walk all about, and a girl laughs amidst the chaos. I can see that all of this was plotted out.
Miss Clay? That's too heavy of a tone. Can't you have more fun with it?
Fun? Okay.
Like this! Next time on Dungeon People, Episode 2!
Starting work in the dungeon.
Oh, boy.
Far removed from the capital sat a land that was completely unoccupied, the Antora region. A traveler by the name of Murag happened to stumble upon a dungeon when passing through. Combining the name of the discoverer and the region, it was named the Dungeon of Antimerg. News spread and adventurers came to explore the dungeon. As more and more people arrived, inns, shops, and an adventurers guild branch were constructed. As the settlement gained more residents, it became a town. The town took the name Antimerg as well, to honor the dungeon. Thanks to the adventurers, more and more information was gathered on the dungeon. Even so, the floors beyond the 5th are difficult to get through. The record for the deepest anyone has gone is still the 7th floor. Adventurers compared notes, and based on how the strength of the monsters grew beyond the 5th floor, people started to think that the 10th floor was the final one. Rather than being just an adventurer, I belonged to the Thieves Guild, and I made it to the 9th floor. It was there that I met a girl calling herself the Dungeon's Administrator. A lot of crazy random stuff happened, and in the end, I ended up working in the dungeon.
For the time being, this can be your room, okay? It was originally built to be a guest room, but we haven't needed it yet.
Why did you make it? There's a window here.
The glass shines to look like the sky, changing based on the time of day. The other side is just a wall.
That's interesting. Oh, I also noticed that the rooms have lighting fixtures, even though the ceilings are bright in the hall.
Good observation. You see, it's better for humans for it to be dark when it's time to sleep. The dungeon was originally very dark as well, but I got a lot of complaints from a bunch of monsters who don't have night vision, so I just brightened it up a little bit.
Complaints from monsters?
If we made night vision a requirement for employment, we wouldn't get enough monsters to apply.
Oh, I see.
Well then, let me give you a brief tour of the residential quarters. Sound good?
You don't mind? Aren't you busy?
Well, actually, my most important task for today is already all wrapped up, so I have lots of time.
And what was your important task?
Obviously, it was recruiting you, Miss Clay.
Recruiting me? Oh. Got some time on your hands?
Huh? Well, it's just that there are only low-level adventurers in the dungeon right now. The easier floors are all managed on site, so there's no need for me to watch over them. You had made it in deep enough that you had become a target for observation, so then my true goal became to recruit you.
I see. And now that target is standing right in front of you now, huh?
Yep, there you are. Anyway, how about I show you around the dungeon?
Sure, a tour sounds good.
The control room. Watch your step. I do most of my administrative work here. But now that you're here, I suppose I should clean it up a bit and do a little organizing.
You should do way more than just a bit.
This is the reception room.
Right, from before.
That's my personal room.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Here are the bathrooms for guests.
Does anyone use them?
Yeah, I do occasionally. And this is the dining hall and kitchen.
It's surprisingly small for a dining hall.
That's true. When I originally built this room, it was much too big. So I changed it. I made the inner part into a storehouse.
This storehouse is huge.
And it has a cooling function too. We have dragon tail meat and other monster-sourced ingredients, and you are welcome to use them freely. Just help yourself whenever you're hungry.
Monster-sourced ingredients? From ones in the dungeon?
Oh, don't worry, they consented to it in their contracts, so it's really no issue.
Eating the dead means less waste, so maybe it's better this way?
We have 3 storage rooms. This first one here is for magical catalysts and tools. The second one contains ores and the like, and that's about it.
Why don't you use the 3rd storage room?
We don't need to see that. The 3rd storage room is where I leave things.
Isn't that what all storage rooms are for? What's this?
For things that you don't need now but might need later, and it could be an issue if you threw them out. I mean, don't you just hate when you need something and you know you had it at one point but you threw it out, so now you have to get a new one? See what I mean?
I see. A garbage dump.
This is not garbage! This, for example, is an exquisitely made, handcrafted wooden golem arm made by true artisans. It just has too many joints, that's all. But I'm sure there'll be some use for it someday.
That's trash.
And then there's also... Huh? What's wrong?
I've seen enough of that room. Let's keep moving.
But I have so many other things to show
I
you!
said move.
Oh, okay. This is the other place I need to show you in the residential quarters. The crystal room!
Crystal room? That certainly is a crystal. But what is this room for?
This room is very important. I use it for doing fixed magic with the crystal. Now, where should I begin? To start, please pick whatever rock you'd like from those boxes and bring it over to me. Now go ahead and give it a try.
Pick a rock? No way. These aren't rocks. They're gems.
Yes, very good!
So casual about it. There are so many gems here. Oh. Now I see. That's what those were?
You recognize them, don't you?
So wait, you're saying you hand these out to the monsters?
Well, not exactly. All the stones in those crates are magic catalysts.
Catalysts?
I mentioned before that we employ a lot of monsters around here, right?
Yes, what about them?
Well, think about it. How many monsters have you killed in your lifetime alone?
Oh, I see. Exploring a dungeon means putting your life at risk. Letting your guard down can get you killed by a monster. But if I'm not dying, that means I've been killing monsters. They're putting their lives at risk too. It's completely obvious, but I never thought about their point of view. Now that I think about it, a large number of monsters are needed just to take me on. What about all the other people in the dungeon? It would be impossible to employ each and every one of them and then replenish them each time. So, you revive them?
You're very close. We don't revive them exactly. We use the crystal's magic to copy your body and fill your original body in a stone. Then the stone with your consciousness is placed into the copy. Essentially, we create temporary bodies for use in this dungeon. If your copy dies, the seal is broken and you return to your original body. There's an unsealing circle in the monster's quarters, so your original body is transferred there. The stones have served their purpose, so they're left wherever the monster was last, and the stones are disposable.
You treat gems like little pebbles? In other words, as long as you're in the dungeon, you can't die, and so your life is secure?
That's correct. Did you find a stone that you like?
That goes for me too, huh?
Please think of this as part of the job. While it's true that you are quite skilled, Miss Clay, you'll still need to interact with monsters from the 10th floor in the future. It'd be too late to act after something happened.
The 10th floor. I remember what it was like on the 9th floor. So the 10th floor would be much too difficult for me as I am now. That's it. I need to get much stronger.
Many of those we hire for the deeper floors come on board to train. I don't think you'll have any issue finding training partners. You'll get strong. Don't worry.
I'm looking forward to it.
Now then, please enter this circle.
So right here?
Yes. Now I want you to close your eyes. Activate. Project. Analyze. Replicate. Huh? What?
Was there some sort of issue?
No. Seal. Link. Release.
Is it over?
Yes. Good work. And, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I can remember up until I noticed it shining down at my feet. But at some point I found you supporting...
Miss Clay! Here, have some clothes! Sorry, it's just that monsters are usually naked, so I totally forgot that the crystal can't replicate material goods! I'm so sorry!
Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll be more careful in the future, right?
Yes!
A transport circle. How convenient.
Taking the stairs up to the first floor would be tiring and would take forever, too.
Yeah, that's fine there. Take 3 of these to number 2.
Mr. Rongard!
Ah, little lady. What a rare sight. Who's she?
She's an explorer. Her name is Clay. I just recruited her. She will be working with us starting today, so I thought I should introduce you two.
I'm Clay. Nice to meet you.
The name's Rongard. I'm the one in charge of operations for floors 1 through 4. I've seen you somewhere before, haven't I? You're that girl, the one with no friends, never forms a party, prefers to always be on her own, correct?
Well, that was really rude. Not a fair assessment. A dungeon isn't a place you go with friends to mess around. And I can best display my skills solo, thank you. That's all there is to it. Though, it is true that I have no friends.
So it was true? Dungeon people!
Dungeon people.
We found a treasure chest and everything, but it just had herbs in it.
It is only the first floor, after all.
That's true, but still. Well, at least we're working together well, though.
Now's my chance.
Is something the matter?
Maybe. Was that wind just now?
You're just imagining things.
No, I definitely felt it too. It came from the front.
Seriously? So you think there's something here?
Let's keep our guards up.
Right.
Helping out?
Well, yes. Miss Clay says she wants to do more work around here so that her skills won't become rusty.
I really don't need help.
Have an open mind. I mean, now that we have Miss Clay here, I kind of figured that maybe I could use this chance to clean up the control room. And she won't have anything to do until the control room
You
is
make
ready.
it sound like that mess can be cleaned up.
At any rate, I'm counting on you.
Number 3 completed.
Huh? Right. Numbers 6, 8, and 9 are open.
Understood. I'm at number 3 now, and numbers 6, 8, and 9 needs to be resupplied. The closest would be headed towards number 9.
Counting on you.
Number 9 completed. Number 8 completed.
2 and 4 next.
Understood. Heading to number 2.
Counting on you. There's no way.
It's impossible?
It's true that the first floor is full of nothing but careless, wimpy explorers, and yet there are a ton of them in the dungeon. Slipping past all of them with nobody seeing you as you refill treasure chest is just damn near impossible.
Yeah, it made for good training, I think.
That's not what I'm saying.
I see. He just can't accept it, huh? Now let me see. Compared to humans, dwarves have poor horizontal visibility, but good vertical vision. That's how you can do this in the blink of an eye. Of course, we're talking about a lot of people. It's not nearly as easy as handling an amateur like you. It's not always possible.
You call me an amateur? You're starting to hurt my feelings.
If it's impossible, they'll see me.
That's no good then.
Listen, when something unexpected enters your vision, the majority of people will do a double take to investigate. As long as I'm not seen then, it's fine.
I don't understand what you're going on about.
Here I go.
Hey, you can't just do it right in front of my... That's weird, she's gone.
That's how it works.
Geniuses sure can be frightening, can't they? Huh? What's the matter? Oh yeah, is that right? I'm sorry.
What's going on?
We ran out of supplies to refill the treasure chest on the second floor. Guess I misjudged it.
What will we do?
Well, let's think. We've got enough to spare from the third floor, so we can refill from there.
Are the contents the same?
Nah, but what's wrong with a little bonus, am I right? That said, it'll take quite a bit of time to transport them.
What would you like me to do?
Can you bring some supplies? Just what you can carry would be fine, as long as you're fast. You've proven that you're a quick one, right? If you just bring the bare minimum, the runs can work the rest out on their own in the meantime. The stairs for staff are over this way. The runs fall down the big well to get there, but that'd be impossible for you, I'm afraid.
I understand. So falling is quicker than the stairs. That would be a faster way to get to the third floor. Where is it?
You're seriously going to do this?
There are walls, so I'll be fine.
If you fall from this height, you'll die. Even if you can be revived, well...
Of course I'll die if I make a mistake in the dungeon. Don't make pointless statements. I'll be back soon. I see. So that's the second basement floor. The third floor will be up next. Mr. Rongard sent me. I'm here to pick up the supplies for the second floor. That's them? How many should I get?
Just one is plenty. There's no way you could do more.
You got it. I guess I'll play it safe and take two.
Will you listen to me?
The stairs, huh? No worries. This way is much quicker. See you later.
Sorry about that. You really saved me there.
Is it always like this, Mr. Rongard?
Never. I usually keep a better eye on the overall picture, but I was curious about your movements and wanted to see what you could do. So I guess I let my work get a bit sloppy.
I'm sorry.
By the way, the runs want to jump all around the well like you did. What would you think about training them? It could be a useful skill.
Not happening. It's Clay.
Come in!
Are you training to strengthen your concentration?
No, I'm cleaning! You're back sooner than I'd expected. How was it?
Well, I was told that I was a dangerous influence on the work golems, so I shouldn't come back for a while.
What did you do? Well, no helping it, I guess. I was hoping to clean up a bit more here first. I'll explain to him what work needs to be done.
No, cleaning needs to come first.
But it's not something that can be done so easily.
I can help you. What should I do? What are we throwing out?
We're not throwing any of it out!
What would you like me to destroy then?
So mean!
The ones that look usable can stay. The ones that don't, we'll toss. Hesitation and excess luggage can be the end of you in the dungeon.
Explorers are so smart! Let's call it here for today.
You got it. You're in a good mood.
Oh, so you can tell?
Did something good happen to you?
Yes, actually. I learned that you don't have any friends, Miss Clay.
Your point?
My point is I don't have any friends either.
Really?
Which means you and I can be each other's first friends or even be best friends.
I can't treat a work superior as a friend. Sorry.
Hey!
So much that the bone is exposed. I take on a strange form, fearing fate and pointing a blade at myself. I can no longer hold back the feelings welling up inside of me.
Excuse me, Miss Clay?
Huh?
That feels a bit heavy. I know. How about you read it with more of a smile?
With a smile?
Like this. Next time on Dungeon People, Episode 3.
The Ice Wolf's fangs.
Gee, even her smile feels heavy.
これはどこに捨てる？
捨てません。
これは捨てていいか？
捨てません。
捨てるものはどれだ？
どれもいつかは使うかもしれないものですので。
捨てるのでなければどうやって片付ける？広いな。
全部3番倉庫に入れてしまいましたからね。
泣くことなのか。
邪魔するぞ。何があった？何が辛い？言ってみろ。こんな何もかも。
レイさんとお片付けしたんですよ。
な。
そうだが。
いいか、世の中には場を汚さずには生きられない奴がいる。こいつがそうだ。こんな何もない部屋でこれからこいつに
要件を伺いたいのですが。
頼まれていた椅子だ。これでいいか？
ありがとうございます。助かります。
あなたが作ったのか？
そうだが。
すごいな。
何言ってる。こんなもん木を切って組むだけだ。誰だってできる。
いや、誰でもは。
ランガドさんはこのダンジョンで産出される武具のほとんどを手掛けてるんですよ。
それはすごいな。
まあな。
そっちは照れるのか。
またな。
ああ、ありがとう。
ありがとうございました。どうぞお使いください。
ありがとう。おお。それで、ベイル・ヘイラー・ラングダスさん。
フルネーム。
今日はこの部屋での作業になるのか？どうかしたか？
はい、そうですね。ちょうど今、7階を探索しているパーティーがありまして、その監視業務を、この3枚の鏡を利用して行っているんです。
ほう。
こう、魔力を通すと地図が、表示をつまむと縮小、広げると拡大します。
便利だな。
丸が探索者を示しています。数字が人数なので5人パーティーですね。
5人。上位のパーティーか？
そうですね。兵糧の牙という名前だったと思います。ご存知で？
ああ、ナンパされたことがある。
君が腕利きのシーフちゃんだね。僕たち兵糧の牙に入れてあげてもいいと思ってるんだが。
遠慮しておく。
今のフェンの勧誘0点。
そうか。7階ということはある程度の腕はあるんだな。
むしろ冒険者の中ではトップですね。最高記録保持パーティーになりますし。
そうか。動かないな。
相談しているんだと思います。毎回ほぼ探索していませんから。
探索に来ているんじゃないのか？
そうなんですが、7階では毎回戦闘1回で帰還するんですよ。視力を尽くして戦っているようで。
8階は遠そうだな。
無理ですね。でもモンスターさんたちには評判いいんですよ。互角の戦いは刺激があって楽しいようで。
楽しい戦い。
参加したそう。クレイさん、戦ってみたいですか？兵糧の牙と。
いやいや、さすがに私が探索者とは。
もちろんそのままではダメです。少々お待ちください。
今 H 区画徘徊担当は。
徘徊担当。
あった、クライッツェさん。すいません、クライッツェさん。聞こえますでしょうか？総合管理です。
管理どうしたの？僕なんかやらかしちゃった。
いえ、そうではありません。お願いがありまして。
そう、よかった。
モンスターが喋るのは当たり前なんだな。
今、3体ほど眷属をご利用ですよね。
うんうん。
1体いただいてもよろしいでしょうか？
いいけど、どうするのかな？
こちらで制御したいと思いまして。
鏡に姿。まさか中にいるわけではないよな。地図もそうだが、鏡を媒体にして情報を投影する魔法が使われているということか。複数の情報を分けて同時に表示するために3枚。なんというか、すごい技術だな。この鏡のマジックアイテムだけでも相当な。
クレイさんにはこれからスケルトンの中に入って戦っていただきます。
スケルトンになんて？
兵糧の牙付近のエリア徘徊担当が今はクライッツェさんという資料さんでして。
資料さん？
ちょうどスケルトンを3体従えているようなので1体拝借させていただこうかと。
申し訳ないが、スケルトンの中に入れるほど私は痩せていない。
そうですね。物理的にはちょっと厳しいですね。スケルトンの管理権限を私がいただいて、クレイさんの複製体の操作の連結と一時的に切り替えようかと。
そうか。
あ、理解を諦めた顔。
では、私よ。
はい、お願いします。クレイさん、準備はいいですか？
ああ、話はわからんがいいと思う。
では、楽しんできてください。
うまくいったみたいだね。さすがだな。
あなたは？
僕はクライッチェ。今はこの辺りの徘徊が担当かな。
なるほど。私はクレイ。新しくこのダンジョンに雇われたものだ。よろしく頼む。
よろしくね。
ここはダンジョン。モンスターとで喋る。モンスターとで同僚。なれる私。それで、探索者と戦うんだろ？私はどう動けばいい？
そうだね。好きに動いてもらって構わないよ。
好きに？
その体で本来の力は出せないだろうし、枷は少ない方がいいでしょ。僕は後ろから適当に援護するよ。それでいいかい？
ああ、そうか。確かにこの体では勝手が違う。というか、この盾どうなっているんだ？くっついているのか？離れないんだが。
盾面白いでしょ。眷属って生成した段階で持ってるものは体の一部らしいんだよね。剣は違うから気をつけてね。
本当だ、落ちる。意外と力はあるか？体の一部とはいえ痛覚があるわけではないんだな。爪みたいなものなんだろうか。いや、そもそも骨の体で痛覚が？わからん。戦闘だけを考えるなら剣と盾だけというのも、悪くはないな。しかし私が混ざってもよかったのか？
おお、構わないよ。もともと自我があるしもべではないしね。参考にさせてもらうつもりだよ。9階到達者と組めるなんてないことだしね。
知っていたのか？
僕らの間ではクレイの話題で持ちきりだからね。管理人が9階到達者を倒してテイムしたって。
倒してテイム？
噂は話半分程度に聞くもの